Since everyone's going around ranking Pixar movies right now, because Inside Out just came out, I thought I would add my own unique ranking. How much I cried while watching Pixar movies. I'm an easy cry, so that might be a contributing factor. I haven't seen Cars 2. But unless you're a small child or a parent of a small child, you also haven't seen Cars 2. Number 14, Cars. I did not cry during Cars. If you cry during Cars, you got a lot of problems, man. Number 13, Monsters University. I also didn't cry during this movie, but it was a pretty fun time. Number 12, A Bug's Life. Now, I haven't seen A Bug's Life in a long time. Though when I was a kid, I watched it a lot. I don't remember crying in A Bug's Life, but there is that emotional scene where all the ants kick Flick out, and it's even sadder because there's this little, like, Boy Scout troop of little ants that all love Flick, and one of them, like, runs after Flick and is like, Flick! The Incredibles, number 11. I teared up when the mom is talking to the kids and is like, if a bad guy comes, you guys have to use your powers. And Dash is like, but we're not supposed to use our powers. And so she has to explain to them that, like, these are real evil bad guys that will murder them. And it's this combination of fear and love that is really emotional. Number 10, Toy Story. I don't think I cried during this movie, but I did watch it all the time when I was little. But it got a high enough ranking because it's a really emotional movie. And I really think it only works because Woody is both our hero and a bad person who makes bad choices and is mean. Number 9, Ratatouille, which I watched 2 days ago, so I would have enough information to make this video. I teared up when the evil food critic gives his review and reflects on the nature of criticism and art, saying, the average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than our criticism designating it so. And not everyone can be a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. Monsters, Inc. When Boo is brought back to her room by Sully and they think they'll never see each other again. Oh my god. She's so cute. John Goodman's such a good voice actor. You just feel his emotion in that moment when he's saying goodbye. 7, WALL-E. They come back to Earth and WALL-E's been reset and Eve is trying to get him to come back and be WALL-E again, and he goes back to his original programming and just is moving the piles. That's so sad because he sacrificed everything he is to save the whole planet, and he's just little tiny ugly trash robot. 6, Brave. So a lot of people don't like this movie, I noticed, which is wrong because I love this movie. And I cried when Merida is trying to bring her mom back and make her not a bear anymore, and it seems that it didn't work. And she's hugging her and she's crying and the sun is rising and everybody's around them and her little brothers are bears too, but nobody really cares. Number 5, Toy Story 2. When Jessie, Woody's new cowgirl friend, and a total badass, might I add, is talking about her previous owner, Emily, and how Emily grew up and didn't love her anymore. And this sad Sarah McLachlan song plays, When Somebody Loved Me. I remember crying in the movie theater. It was really upsetting. It's still upsetting now, frankly. Number 4, Finding Nemo. In case you forgot how that movie opens, there's a mommy fish and a daddy fish, and they have a ton of fish eggs. And then someone attacks, and all the fish eggs are destroyed, and the mother is killed, except for one fish egg, and that fish egg is Nemo. That is a dark way to open a children's film. The second time I cried in that movie is when the dad is gonna leave Dory alone. And she says, no one's ever stuck with me for so long before. And when I look at you, I'm home. Weeping. Number 3, Up. Every time I watch Up, I cry in these same 3 spots. I cry after the initial montage where they show you kind of Carl's life with his wife, and then she dies at the end. Then when he's on the top of the canyon in the house, and he looks through the book of all their old adventures, and then he finds the part that he never saw, which is when she wrote, Go Have Your Own Adventure. And then at the end, when he gives Russ the Ellie badge. And then they like hang out and eat ice cream together. It's really sad, but beautiful. But sad because he's old and he's gonna die soon. And then Russ is gonna be alone again. 2, Toy Story 3. I cried from when they're going into the incinerator and it appears that they're gonna die until the end of the movie. That last scene, which I watched again on YouTube this morning and cried throughout, where they're all playing with Andy one more time and Bonnie, is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in a movie. If I saw Captain America riding a unicorn outside my window right now, it would be less magical than the ending of Toy Story 3. Number 1 Pixar movie that I've cried at is Inside Out. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to tell you when I cried. There's one really big dramatic moment, but even just like at random times, because the cool thing's about memory, and they revisit a lot of memories, and I would just be shedding tears throughout that entire 2-hour movie. It is beautiful, but I have not cried that much in a movie theater probably ever. That's every Pixar movie ranked by how much crying I did during them.